What is up, everybody? Bitcoin just broke through $50,000 per coin. It dropped back down a little bit since then, but we have officially broken through $50,000 per coin, and things are looking absolutely great for crypto. All the technical indicators are pointing that we are going to reach record highs within the next couple of weeks and next couple of months for crypto. So in today's video, we're going to talk about exactly what is going on with the market. We're going to start off by looking at a couple of technical indicators with Bitcoin, what's going on with the market in general, look at the market cap, and what is going on with institutional investors. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum. What has been going on with Ethereum ever since the London hard fork, because we've had a lot of exciting news come out with regards to Ethereum. Talk a little bit about Cardano as well, and at the end, we're going to talk about a major announcement for crypto adoption with PayPal, what they are doing expanding overseas for the first time, and what is going on with a couple of very exciting NFT projects. So if you guys enjoy this sort of content, well then please be sure to like the video. I appreciate all of you guys who've been joining us in the recent videos. I'm appreciating all of the support we've had recently. So make sure to like the video, subscribe, check out our Discord community, our Patreon, using the link in the top comment. But anyways, let's look at what is going on with the market right now. So right now the market is up 2.17%. And for those of you who are just joining us, we will check out all the comments at the end of the video. But anyways, right now the global crypto market cap is at $2.13 trillion. We are well above the $2 trillion range. And the very exciting thing about this right now is that we are seeing finally Bitcoin above $50,000 per coin. Now, at the time, about a couple minutes ago, we were above $50,000. Right now, it's at $49,858 per coin. What has been driving the market, though, this time, which is very interesting, is what is going on with altcoins. We are seeing that Cardano has been leading the charge. Cardano is up 11% at $2.82 per coin, almost at $3 per coin, and it's up 30% over the last 7 days. The interesting thing this time around, though, like we said, is that altcoins are driving the gains in the market. Last time we saw crypto well above a $2 trillion market cap, Bitcoin's price was significantly higher. Bitcoin's price was much closer to that all-time high of about $60,000 to $65,000 per coin, but now we're well above a $2 trillion market cap, and this time, Bitcoin is still very far off from all-time highs. We're still, a good 30% off from all-time highs. So this is showing us that overall the sentiment in the market is very bullish. People are willing to take on more risk. They're willing to get a little bit more into altcoins and move a little bit away from Bitcoin, diversify their portfolio, take on a little more risk, because overall the sentiment is very bullish in the market. When we look at Bitcoin right now, let's see if this is updated to show that we have passed $50,000. Yes, we can see right here on the Bitcoin chart that we did have a high within the last 24 hours. It happened within the last 5 minutes or so, that Bitcoin did reach $50,000 and $50,019 per coin. The interesting thing about this, well, I just reloaded the page, so it sort of screwed up all the technical indicators we had on here. But when we look at the technical indicators, things look great there as well in terms of the moving average, the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. Things are looking great. There is nothing holding us back at this point from crypto reaching all-time highs. We broke through $40,000 per coin. We broke through 45. We broke through 48. And the last resistance we really had before getting to new record highs was the $50,000 mark. And we have officially broken through $50,000 per coin. Yes, we're going to want to see that we could stay above it for a day or two at least before we can confirm that we have broken above it. Make sure that we aren't just going to fall back down. But either way, right now we have had a number of good days in a row. We've been able to manage to stay above this 50-day moving average, which is this dark blue line. We are well above the 200-day moving average, and ever since the Golden Cross, which took place on July 27th, well, that's when the 50-day moving average crosses the 200-day moving average. Well, ever since that happened, there has been all technical indicators pointing to a second leg of the bull market for crypto. One thing we spoke about the other day is the stock to flow model creator, S2F and S2FX. He goes by Plan B on Twitter. He says that right now he's expecting that Bitcoin will reach a price of $100,000 per coin this bull market minimum, and it could go as high as $288,000 per coin. In addition to this, in terms of, so we talked about moving average, we talked about the stock to flow model creator. trader. All of these things are looking great. But in addition to this, we've also seen accumulation increase as well. We are seeing not only whale addresses accumulate more and more Bitcoin, but also we have seen that regular retail investors with less than one Bitcoin have been accumulating more as well. And right now we are near almost record highs for Bitcoin wallet addresses that own over one Bitcoin. This is absolutely huge. Moving on, I want to talk a little bit about a new report that just came out earlier. It was a study done on the overall sentiment of the market, how people are feeling, where the market is going. So right now, what we're seeing is that according to a recent Twitter poll, Benzinga ran a poll asking if people thought crypto would hit $50,000, if people were very bullish on crypto, and an overwhelming majority, 71% of people responded yes. They said that yes, crypto would break through 50, which we saw. Yes, they think we're going to continue to see a bull market, that we're going to see record highs reached in crypto, and this has all been confirmed right now in terms of, like we said, 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average. In terms of accumulation, things are all looking great for crypto. In addition to this, that was the study. In addition to this, last thing with the general market before we talk about what is going on with some altcoins like Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. Last thing going on with the general market is what is going on with institutional investors. We spoke about how they are accumulating more Bitcoin. We spoke about how things look great in terms of technicals. But one thing that I want to go over is that we have seen outflows from institutional, crypto products over the last 6 weeks. Over the last 6 weeks, we have seen consecutive outflows from Bitcoin related products. This is the first time since 2018 that we have ever seen this many weeks in a row with consecutive outflows from Bitcoin investment products. But the interesting thing here is that even though we're seeing this, according to other data, according to Nikita, who is the Chief Business Development Officer of the decentralized platform 1inch Network, he said that there is absolutely no doubt that institutional investors have a long-term bullish approach to crypto and Bitcoin specifically. Even though we have seen 6 weeks in a row where there have been slight, very slight outflows, net outflows from Bitcoin investment-related products, long-term, there has been no changes in terms of institutional demand, and we've actually seen that the total percentage that they do own and how much money is owned by institutional investors has increased over the last couple of weeks. A lot of this is because we have seen prices appreciate, but overall, the Chief Business Development Officer at the decentralized platform 1inch Network says the number of institutional investors that have exposure to crypto has risen dramatically over the last year. This didn't come from short-term gains. They have continued to add to their positions, and ultimately, things look great for crypto. The interesting thing about inflows and outflows, which we have spoken about quite a bit, is what is going on with Bitcoin versus altcoins. While we have seen 6 weeks in a row of outflows from Bitcoin, we actually saw inflows into Cardano in particular. And not surprised by this at all, because Cardano has had a lot of major news come out with it recently. We have seen that Cardano broken through record highs, have major news come out with the Alonzo upgrade, which is going to be rolled out on September 12th. And there is everything. If you're going to pick a winner right now in crypto, like we have spoken about multiple times, Cardano, I've talked about on our Patreon group. I've been adding to Cardano. Dollar cost averaging, I added when it was $2. I added when it was $2.40. The last price I think I might have added some to my position at was $2.48, $2.49, $2.49. But it's interesting to see that institutional investors are continuing to pour money into crypto, and a lot of them are experiencing FOMO from the last bull run we had. They don't want to miss out. We have seen over the last couple of weeks that financial services companies like Morgan Stanley, like Goldman Sachs, like Citibank, like JP Morgan, all of them have come out with new crypto-related products. Some of them, like BlackRock, which is the world's largest asset manager, has actually made a major investment into crypto. They didn't invest directly into Bitcoin or Ethereum, but they did invest directly into Bitcoin mining companies, taking a significant position, over 7%. And they own over 7% of Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital. So this is absolutely huge. Overall, institutional investors, if they're not investing directly into crypto, they're investing into crypto mining companies. They're investing into Bitcoin, Ethereum ETFs overseas. They're investing into any way they could get exposure. A lot of these companies are. Moving on, I want to talk a little bit about altcoins and what is going on with Ethereum, because Ethereum, ever since the London hard fork, has been making a lot of moves lately. We've seen Vitalik Buterin, who is the co-founder of Ethereum, has talked a lot about how the London hard fork was one of the most important upgrades that Ethereum has ever had. He specifically spoke about EIP 1559 and how this was crucial moving forward for Ethereum. It made it more of a deflationary asset, and this has really been paying off. So let me pull that up really quickly. But what we can see right now is, it's loading, give it 1 second. But what we can see right now is that, here we go. So far, in terms of Ethereum, how much Ethereum has been burned. So what this means is that when Ethereum or any sort of crypto is burned, it's taken away from the total active supply, essentially just like thrown out, no longer part of the total active supply, can't be used. So since EIP 1559, we have seen that over 76,000 Ethereum have been burned. And this is a very, very important number. Over $230 million of Ethereum has been burned in the 17 days since we have seen the rollout of the London hard fork. And this is important because this is helping make Ethereum much more attractive to institutional investors. It's making it more of a deflationary asset. There's been some moments where there have been more Ethereum burned than what has been added to the total active supply for miners. And if you're wondering, well, why is this important? Well, ultimately, it's making it much more comparable to Ethereum in terms of supply. Bitcoin, much more relatable to Bitcoin in terms of supply, because Bitcoin has 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be mined. That is it. And that is one thing that institutional investors like. They like to know that there's a hard cap on the supply of Bitcoin. You can't just mine more. You can't just pull any more out. Like, there's 21 million Bitcoin. So with Ethereum, and now with what is going on with EIP 1559, we are seeing that it is working exactly as planned. Over 76,000 Ethereum have been burned. We're seeing over $230 million, and tens of thousands of dollars are essentially taken away from the supply every single minute. Over $12,000 in value is being burned every minute from the Ethereum chain. So ultimately, things are looking very good for Ethereum. I am very bullish on it. So we recently just had the London hard fork. That's good. That's great. But what is very exciting now that EIP 1559 is in the books, already happened, is what is going on with ETH 2.0. A lot of you guys probably have Coinbase. You probably use and invest in Coinbase, invest in crypto on Coinbase. I do. And on Coinbase, recently they came out and allowed people to start staking their Ethereum for ETH 2.0. ETH 2.0 is supposed to be rolled out in Q1 of 2022. And while there are no guarantees, it may be a little bit delayed. We have seen delays happen in the past. But either way, this is something very exciting and something that we need to keep an eye out for, and I think could help propel Ethereum's price to $10,000 per coin by the end of the year. Because like we are seeing with Cardano and all the hype around the Alonzo upgrade, which, is rolling out smart contracts for Cardano. Like we're seeing with all that hype, we're seeing Cardano's price rise dramatically. I think what is going to happen with ETH 2.0 is going to have very similar effects, if not even bigger effects on Ethereum's price. So everyone who feels like they might have missed out on this massive rally that we have seen in a matter of a week with Cardano, when Cardano has gone almost from $1 per coin over almost to $3 per coin, I think we're going to see something very similar happen with Ethereum over the next couple of months as we start getting closer to ETH 2.0. And for those of you who don't know, ETH 2.0 essentially moves Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. It's going to make it significantly more energy efficient. And this is important because right now with Cardano, for example, Cardano is labeled an Ethereum killer. It's ranked number 3 in terms of market cap. And the thing with Cardano right now is that Cardano does have some advantages. While they do lack the total number of DeFi applications, they do lack Ethereum in terms of total active wallet addresses, Cardano is built on proof of stake, which is more energy efficient. Cardano with the Alonzo upgrade is going to have smart contracts, and it's going to have all the same functionalities as Ethereum, so it's going to be very important with this ETH 2.0 upgrade that we're going to see Ethereum become much more energy efficient. We're going to see it have all of the same, it's going to have all the same use cases, all the same functionality as Cardano, but it's going to be already have, thousands of dApps already built on it. So we're going to keep an eye on Ethereum. It is one of the largest positions in my portfolio, if not the largest. I just have them on a couple different exchanges, but very bullish on it. And I think with everything going on with the EIP 1559, how over $230 million of Ethereum has been burned already, with all of the excitement with ETH 2.0 scheduled for Q1 of 2022, I think we're going to need to keep an eye out on this and expect a major rally to occur with Ethereum. Moving on, I want to talk a little bit about Cardano and all of the news that has been coming out with Cardano lately. So the big announcement, first of all, is what is going on with Cardano and what has happened with Ethiopia and recent announcements that Charles Hoskinson said about Ethiopia. So recently we had that Cardano and Charles Hoskinson revealed a plan to put forward to the Ethiopian government where they would propose blockchain technology for a national ID system. I spoke about this in a video earlier, but I want to do it live so we could talk a little bit more detail. And according to Charles Hoskinson, they said that right now they've already been working with the Ethiopian Education Ministry to help roll out Cardano blockchain-based IDs for over 5 million students. Right now, they're implementing a Cardano blockchain-based ID system into 3,500 schools with about 750,000 750,000 teachers, 5 million students, and what they're currently talking about, getting a national ID system in place, is so much bigger than what is going on with what they're doing with school systems. And you got to remember, when they came out with the school system announcement, when they said that they were partnering with Ethiopia Education Ministry to get blockchain-based IDs for students, it caused the price of Cardano to skyrocket. Cardano's price skyrocketed when that happened. I don't remember exactly the date, but all I remember is Cardano's price moved 20-30% in a single day when we saw this announcement come out. And the difference is if we see something actually get put forward and actually get approved for Cardano to work with the Ethiopian government for a national ID system, rather than serving 5 million students, a national ID system would be helping over 110 million people. The population of Ethiopia is 112 million people. And I saw some comments in my video earlier saying, well, it's a very poor country, it's underdeveloped, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal because you got to realize that the population of the US is 340 million, probably 350 million people. And Ethiopia, the population there, even though people don't talk about it as much, it is 1/3 the size of the US. And this is important, even though obviously in terms of economic development, it is so far behind. A national ID system is a national ID system. It doesn't matter how much money people are spending. It's going to be that the government still needs to use and put all these people on Cardano and store all the data using Cardano's blockchain. So either way, very big deal coming out with Cardano. This is like a longer term plan. We're going to see how it goes with the education system that they're putting in place. If that goes well, I think Cardano would be a clear choice, a clear winner in terms of having a national ID system. They would have already proven to the government that they could install and use something in the country with education, and it would just be a clear and next step to going to a national ID system. Other thing is, so that's like a long-term plan. Short-term, though, with Cardano, the couple of things that have been going on recently is that we have seen Cardano's price break through record highs in terms of price. We're currently at, we'll reload the page here, but we're currently at $2.83 per coin. And people have been asking, is it time to take profits? Should we take some money off the table? What is going on? And so me personally, I have not taken any profits off the table yet for Cardano. Once it starts to get above $5 per coin, if it does get above that in the next couple weeks, that is when I would start to take at least some small profits off the table. Not taking all my positions out. I hate selling. I never sell any of my positions in stocks or crypto, really anything. But if we start to get above $5 per coin for Cardano, I would start considering taking some profits off the table. I think Cardano could go as high as $8 or $9 per coin. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, if we're looking at technicals, people had said there was a head and shoulders pattern. We were going to drop back down if you use technical analysis. But that has not happened. We have seen Cardano clearly break through record highs. And now the next level that I think we have to keep an eye on is going to be this $3 per coin. We have never seen Cardano over $3 per coin, and very possible, because you got to remember, we have September 12th, which is coming up. This event has so much hype around it because September 12th is when the Alonzo upgrade rolls out. It's when Cardano is going to have smart contracts officially rolled out for the first time. This is huge. This means all these new companies that are trying to build businesses on the back of Ethereum that don't like the gas fees, they now have another option, and a very good option at that, with Cardano, because Cardano is able to process more transactions per second. So that is all going to take place on September 12th, and I think it could help propel Cardano's price a lot higher. One project that I did talk about earlier was something called ADAX. ADAX is essentially very similar to Unity, and very similar to Uniswap. I meant Uniswap. ADAX is very similar to Uniswap, which currently runs on Ethereum's network. However, ADAX is a very similar thing. It does all the same things as Uniswap, but it is on Cardano's blockchain. Very important, because Uniswap is currently the number 11 crypto in terms of market cap, with a $17 billion market cap. And if we see some projects like that take off on Cardano, that is how we could eventually see Cardano surpass Ethereum in terms of market cap. I do not think we're going to see Cardano surpass Ethereum in terms of market cap until we start to see a significant number of DeFi applications on the platform. It's just going to happen, because Ethereum has a lot of benefits. Right now, the thing that it does lack is that it's proof of work rather than proof of stake, so it's not as energy efficient. Institutions might not like that because it's not as good for the environment, but we'll just keep an eye out on the new projects that are going to be developed on Cardano and all the hype, which I think will continue to drive Cardano's price up until September 12th, which is a day that we see Alonzo upgrade rolled out. Big story that just came out with PayPal is that PayPal just launched their first ever expansion overseas for their crypto services. And this is a very, very big deal. Before we get into that, though, if you guys are just joining us, thank you for joining us this evening. If you can, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also check out our Discord and Patreon group. I linked it at the top right of the screen. I tell you guys, when I buy and sell crypto, buy and sell stocks, I do not buy every day. I don't even buy every single week, but when I do buy, I let you guys know, I let you guys see into the portfolios, and you can also join on Discord. But anyways, right now, PayPal just came out and announced they're officially expanding their crypto services overseas for the very first time. They said that they're going to be expanding to the United Kingdom beginning this week, and now people in the United Kingdom are going to be able to buy, sell, hold, trade cryptocurrency through PayPal for the very first time, which is a huge milestone. You got to remember, everyone always talks about, well, how is crypto going to reach a $7 or $10 trillion market cap? This is going to be by institutional investors pouring in billions of dollars, and by retail investors and regular everyday people being able to invest in crypto. One way that they're going to be able to invest is when companies like PayPal, like Apple, like Amazon start to roll out crypto services, not just in the US, but worldwide. And now we're seeing that PayPal is officially rolling out their crypto services to people in the UK. People in the UK are going to be able to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, all the same cryptos that people in the US can buy. And this just helps to expand and grow crypto worldwide. I know it's not hundreds or hundreds of millions of people, but people who use PayPal in the UK now will be able to easily, if they have a PayPal account, just go ahead, buy some crypto. And personally, I bought crypto on PayPal just because I wanted to see how it functioned, I wanted to see how it worked a couple months ago. And I think many people in the UK would probably do the same thing, especially if they don't have a Coinbase account or they don't have any other crypto exchange accounts that they currently are using. PayPal's an easy way to do it. The senior executive for PayPal's crypto division, he came out and said that their global reach digital payments expertise, and knowledge of consumer and businesses, combined with rigorous security and compliance controls, provides them with a unique opportunity and responsibility to help people in the UK explore cryptocurrency. And like I said, more people that have access to crypto, the easier the access is, the more money that's going to be poured into it. So if someone doesn't have to go ahead and download new apps, and they don't have to, put in their social security number, put in pictures of their license or the passport, and they can just buy it on an app they already have, I think it's going to make it much easier and much more likely that people are going to actually get into crypto. Next story is what is going on with NFTs, because NFTs have been popping off over the last couple of days. Over the last week, we have seen, and everyone's like, oh, why do NFTs matter? People are turning $500 into $50,000 in a matter of a couple of weeks. So this is something we need to keep an eye out on. But anyways, right now, NFTs have sold over $220 million in the last week. This is insane. Projects that have been doing extremely well are things like, first of all, things like CryptoPunks, which always do well. They sold about $70 million last week. But some of the ones that have been popping off as of recently are like the Bored Apes Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, and a couple of other projects have done extremely well. Bored Apes Yacht Club sold $30.4 million of NFTs in the last 7 days. CryptoPunks sold $28.1 million in NFTs in the last 7 days. We are seeing that Bored Apes Yacht Club, $30.4 million was across a total of 808 sales. And we're seeing that people are able to turn, hundreds of dollars into tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars simply by looking at NFTs. I'm currently working on developing a new project with a couple of people, building out a new NFT project, but just something to keep an eye out on. I don't want to get too much into the details of this. We could do it in another video, but projects that I've been looking at and I personally own are things like CryptoPunks, which I've owned for a long time. Things like Bored Apes Yacht Club. I own some of those. Pudgy Penguins I do not own, but I've been looking into them a lot recently. Things like World of Woman, which is a new project that recently came out, and a couple of other things as well. So let me know what projects you guys have been looking at in the NFT space if you have gotten in, and I'll do some more digging on them and we could talk about them in another video. But lastly, I want to go over one or two more things going on with crypto. One thing I want to talk about is with Dogecoin, because I did get a lot of pushback from a video I did earlier on Dogecoin. I was like hiking outside, wanted to get this video out to you guys. So I did a video on Dogecoin because I talked about a couple of warnings, a couple things just to keep in mind. Some people got pretty upset. But let's show you the data. I'm going to show you the data because Chain Analysis came out and they talked a lot about Dogecoin, and they said that right now 82% of the entire Dogecoin supply is owned by 535 entities. Everyone said, Michael, we already know this. Why are you talking about this? You're stupid. Like, everyone already knew this. Why are you even talking about it? First of all, not everyone already knew it. If you knew it, that's good. But not everyone already knew this. And while we had already spoken about the issue with Dogecoin being that it's easily manipulated because some of the largest accounts own vast majority of the supply. While we have talked about that in the past, I found it very interesting to see specific numbers, specific data that breaks everything down piece by piece, specific percentages, specific dollar amounts. So first of all, according to the report, they said that new investors increased their share of supply of Dogecoin from 9% in July 2020 to 25% in August of 2021. And they said right now, what we are seeing happening at this very moment is we are seeing that the rate at which Dogecoin is being adopted and invested in by new investors is increasing at a faster rate that we have ever seen. One of the fastest rates we have ever seen, and we have not seen an increase at this rate. People getting into Dogecoin and into some of these altcoins that we had seen since 2017. So that was the good piece of news. The bad news is that, like they said, which a lot of us already know, is that 535 entities own 82% of the entire Dogecoin supply. And people said, we already know this, and that's not true because the whale accounts are just exchanges. But they talk about that. They talk about how, like, the biggest account probably is Robinhood. Robinhood probably is the whale account, and it's not that they own all of it. It's not that they could just dump them, but it's that regular retail investors are trading on the platform, and Robinhood has like a custodial account with all of the Dogecoin for the people on Robinhood. So I get that. But even that aside, they said that 37 billion Dogecoin out of the total supply is held by just 31 investors, and like a lot of these are excluding exchanges. They said that yes, they get that the top couple of accounts are 100% exchanges. They are just custody accounts. They're not going to be able to dump their entire positions, but they said that is something just to keep in mind moving forward. But basically, that's what's going on with crypto right now, with Dogecoin, with Bitcoin, with everything going on. Camera just died on us, but we had just wrapped it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We would stay on a little longer for questions, but like I said, the camera just died. So I'll get all your questions in the next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, throw your questions in the comments down below, not in the chat, but in the comments in the chat. In the comments below the video, not in the chat, and I'll make sure to read through all of the comments. I'll answer them all tonight. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next